And there I was, in a new plane that hadn't even come out of the factory yet. So it would be full of all kinds of
Gadgets.
things that could go wrong because they hadn't got the bugs out of it, see?
Yeah.
And so anyhow, I was sent to Boeing Aircraft, which is a big airplane manufacturer up in Seattle, to learn about this B-29 that still nobody had ever seen except the engineers that were working on it. And but we never even saw one up there. We learned about it, all the details of the engine and stuff like that in the plane, but we never saw one. They sent us to, then after that they sent us to Kansas, to Salina Air Base, where they did have a B-29 that was flying practice, going around practice landings. We could see the thing up in the sky in practice landing, but we never saw it up close or got onto it or anything like that, see? They had this one B-29, and then they sent us from there to another place, Great Bend, Kansas, to learn to fly B-29s, but we didn't have any B-29s. What we had was B-17s, which are the kind of bombers, a much smaller bomber that they were using to bomb Germany with. But this B-29 was a much larger one, is the largest bomber that ever bombed in World War II. And so here came the day that we were going to take off to go overseas to fly against Japan. No one had been in a B-29.
No one?
No one. None of the combat crews had been in the B-29. I'd never been in the B-29. And this was the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be taking off in B-29s that had just been flown in during the week, but we couldn't go. We weren't allowed to even go inside them and look at them. I'd never started an aircraft engine, and I had to start 4 of the biggest engines that were ever built. That morning at 6 o'clock, and then I never started an engine in my life. Aircraft engine in my life, of any kind. The only engine I'd ever started was an automobile engine. So 6 o'clock in the morning, was the first time I was allowed into B-29. I went out to the B-29 that had the 327 on the tail that identified as the number I was going to be the flight engineer on, and I was in charge of the engine. I had to start the engine and all the control panels, all the things, just whole panel full of things and switches down here that I had to do work. And I'd never seen one of these things before. I'd seen pictures of it, but never seen one, never touched one before. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting there looking at this stuff here, and I was supposed to start the engines here in just a few minutes to take off for India, and then from India to go to China, and then to bomb Japan from China.